Right, read. Is right? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhu said, I and Ubay and Abu Talha were sitting. Then we ate meat and bread. Then I called for some water, wuzu water. So he said, why are you making wuzu? So I said, for this food which we have eaten. So they said, they both told me, are you making wuzu from park things, from park and tayyibat? And that person who was better than you did not make wuzu from it. In other words, Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam didn't make wuzu from it and you making wuzu from it. Next hadith.
وعن ابن عمر رضي الله تعالى عنهما كان يقول قبلة رجل امرأته
وجسها
بيده ملامسة ومن قبل امرأته وجسها بيده فعليه رواه ذلك المسألة.
Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu, he says it, he used to say, right, that the kissing of a man, his wife, and touching her with his hands is from mulamasa in that ayat, referring to that ayat, ulamastumun nisaa. And whoever kisses his wife or he touches her with his hands, and upon him is wuzu. So there's a proof for those who say that kissing breaks the wuzu and touching bare hand breaks the wuzu.
وعن ابن مسعود رضي الله تعالى عنه كان يقول من قبلة الرجل امرأته.
Ibn Mas'ud says, he used to say that from the kissing of a man, his wife, they use wuzu. So another proof for those who say that kissing breaks the wuzu.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله تعالى عنه أن عمر بن الخطاب قال إن القبلة من اللمس فتوضأ.
Umar ibn Khattab used to say, said that indeed kissing is from lums, from touching. So make wuzu from it. So these are all proofs to show that wuzu becomes binding if a person kisses his wife. And that's what Jamhur is saying. Ahnaf, they give answer to this because Ahnaf say that kissing doesn't break the wuzu, right? Unless something najas comes out or heavy foreplay where najas comes out, then that will break the wuzu. But just merely kissing one's wife will not break the wuzu. And their answer to this is all these riwayats are mawquf on the aqwal of Sahaba. This is the opinions of the Sahaba Kiram, and those opinions cannot go against what is clear marfu hadiths, right? And then if we even say that these are, we're going to accept these qawls, then the marfu hadiths are abrogating these qawls here. And Ahnaf got a clear hadith which says, Laysa fil qublati wuzu'un. There is no wuzu in qubla. Right. There's a hadith like it. Read.
لم يسمع من سبيل ذلك رضي عنه ويجيب من خالد.
Then from Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, from Tamim Dari, he said, Nabi Karim says, wuzu is from every flowing blood, right? And that's narrated from Darakutni. And then he says that Umar ibn Aziz didn't hear from Tamim Dari. So there's inqita in the hadith. And then he says the other two people in that hadith, in the Sanad, were Yazid ibn Khalid and Yazid ibn Muhammad. They both are majhul. Right. So this goes now back to another ikhtilaf here, right? That khurujun najasat min ghayri sabilain, right? Does it break wuzu or doesn't it break wuzu, right? So then so this coming out of blood from other parts of the body, will it break wuzu or doesn't break wuzu? So Imam Malik, Imam Shafi rahmatullah says the coming out of blood, even though it is flowing, will not break wuzu. And if, right, that's from the body. And if this blood, right, if it comes out of sabilain, right, then it will break wuzu according to the Shawafi. It will break wuzu whether that blood coming out of sabilain is mu'tad or ghair mu'tad. Mu'tad, in other words, it's understood, it's normal for the blood to come out in hayz and nifas, right? Or ghair mu'tad, in other words, just bleeding, like istihaza. When a woman is just bleeding abnormally, you understand it? So Imam Shafi'i will say both, whether it's mu'tad or ghair mu'tad, it still breaks the wuzu. Imam Malik rahmatullahi says only if it's mu'tad it breaks the wuzu, if it's ghair mu'tad it doesn't break the wuzu, right? Right. Imam Abu Hanifa and Sahibain and Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, they say coming out of blood mutlaqan breaks the wuzu, whether from any part of the body or whether from sabilain, right? And also they say that yes, however, the blood needs to flow off the wound. The blood needs to flow off the wound. Imam Shafi and Imam Malik rahmatullahi is dalil are those two Sahaba Kiram who were standing watch, as Ammar bin Yasir and as Abbad bin Bishr. Ammar bin Yasir, radiallahu anhu, he went to go sleep the first half, and Abbad bin Bishr was standing watch and he started to recite Salah, and an enemy shot arrows at him and he carried on reciting Salah even though the blood was oozing out, right? Ahnaf got other hadiths also. When Aisha called Jad Fatima to ila Nabi Sallam, called inni imratun istahada. I am a woman who gets haze. Fala athuru, and I'm not getting park. Afa ada'u salata, should I leave salat? Qala la. Innama dhalika damun irkin. Say no. That is the blood of a vein. Summa tawaddi li kulli salati. They make wuzu for every salah. So that shows there that blood is coming out, and then so in other words, you are now ma'zura, and now you must make wuzu for every salat because that blood is najis and is coming out, so it breaks your wuzu. But since you ma'zura, it won't break your wuzu for the whole salat time. You understand it? So that's one proof for us. The other one is man asabahu kay'un ru'afun. Whoever gets a nosebleed, vomiting, right? Right. فَلْيَنْصَرِفْ فَلْيَتَوَضَّأْ or mazi even, right? Then he should turn around and he should make wuzu, then he should make bina upon his salat while he is and he didn't speak as yet. So that's making bina. So ru'afun is a nosebleed. That shows it's a break of wuzu. That is blood coming out from, and that's also from ghayru sabilain. Then the third proof of Hanaf is that one hadith says that if your wuzu breaks while you're reciting salah, then when you come out, then you keep your nose like this. Why? Why you keep your nose? Because you're shy. How did your wuzu break? You broke wind. Now you're shy now, right? So if you're going to just go out like that, then everybody knows, oh, this man broke wind. So you're shy, so you hold your nose. Holding your nose means your nose is bleeding. Although you broke wind, but your nose is bleeding. Therefore, you're going to make wuzu. So that shows that bleeding nose also breaks wuzu. Right. Right. Then this hadith here that they've Sahib Mishkaat has spoken about here, that we've quoted here, he found it is in Kitain, that's right. Then they say Zayla'i and Ibn Adi has narrated the same hadith with a muttasil sanad. And Ibn Abi Shayba is also with a muttasil sanad, they have mentioned this hadith. So the Inkita and the Irsal has now been taken out of the equation. Then also this hadith has many turuks, and that was also gives it some strength. And therefore Imam Tirmizi rahmatullahi, he has graded this hadith as Hasan. And also if we say that this hadith is da'if and munqati', then the dalil of Ahnaf is not only based on this hadith. There are other hadiths also, like those ones that we just mentioned. You understand? And then also if you look at qiyas, or a shari fact, here is that coming out of najasat breaks the wuzu. And everybody agrees that the blood is najis. Even they agree, right? And then the hadith that they've quoted, where they say that these people were, he was reading Salah. So firstly, we say that that was a special situation to that Sahabi, where he was in what is called halat istighraq. He was in deep concentration. So you can't use his situation as a dalil. Yeah, and then the other thing we also say there is that if you say, okay, then if you're using that as a dalil, but you also say the blood is najis, so the najis got onto his clothes, how is he still reading Salah? So you can also use it as a dalil. Right, read. Yeah, the chapter of the etiquettes of going to toilet, right? What's the meaning of adab? Adab also means mustahab, things that are mustahab to do, right? And then another meaning they give for adab is that by doing this, right, or you are doing these things, it will be good. Whether those things are got to do with action or statements, right? But by doing it, it is good and it is praiseworthy. That is also meaning of adab. So here in this bab here is speaking now about istinja, right? And which things are prohibited, which things are makruh, and which things are mustahab or etiquettes, right? Then khala, the word khala, right? Khala means every such place where a person goes and fulfills his necessity. In other words, he goes to toilet, right? It comes from the word khalin, means empty, right? Because when he goes there, he's alone when he goes there, so he's alone, right? So, or you can even say, when he goes there, there is nobody there, so that place is empty. You understand? Or you can also say, when he goes there, he empties out his stomach there. So, khala, you got that? Right, so now there's the different etiquettes, right, of going to toilet. The first is that when you go to toilet, you don't face your face or your face or your back towards the qibla, right? And then you also cleanse yourself properly. You don't use less than 3 stones, right? And then also you keep the people into consideration. So you don't make istinja, you don't excrete in places of shade and fruit-bearing trees, right? And then you consider yourself also, and you don't urinate into holes. It's dangerous for you, right? And then you also keep others into consideration, like the jinnat, and you don't use bones as toilet roll in place of stones, you understand? Because that's their food. And then you keep yourself into consideration by not making istinja with the right hand. And then you save yourself from waswasa by not urinating in the bathroom, right? And then you keep others into consideration by making a satar between yourself. You don't relieve yourself where others can see you. And then entering and coming out the du'as for that. Right. Okay, leave it till there.